14:34. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. And it came to pass as this day occurred, the sons of God came to stand before the Lord, and the devil came in the midst of them to stand before the Lord. The Lord said to the devil, From what place do you come, you? Then the devil said before the Lord, Traveling over the place under heaven, and walking about the whole the place at hand. The Lord said to the devil, Have you taken heed then to my attendant Job, that there is not according to him of the ones upon the earth a man not wicked, true, blameless, godly, and at a distance from all evil? But still he has innocence. But you spoke to destroy his substance without cause. But the devil undertaking said to the Lord, Skin for skin, all as much as exists to a man he will give for his life. But you send your hand to touch his bones and his flesh, assuredly he will rave in your face. Then the Lord said to the devil, Behold, I deliver him to you, only you guard his life. The devil went forth from the Lord and smote Job with a severe sword from feet unto head. And he took to himself a potsherd so as to scrape the pus. And he sat down within the ashes. And he said to him, Wife, until how long will you preserve? But speak any word to God and come to an end. And he, looking at her, said, Why as one of the foolish women did you speak? If we looked for the good things from the hand of the Lord, shall we not endure the bad? And all these things were once coming to pass to him, not one thing Job sinned with his lips before the Lord. His 3 friends, hearing all the bad things coming upon him, came each from his own place to him, Eliphaz the Temanite, a king, Baldad the Shuhite, a sovereign, Zophar and Minian, a king. They came to him with the one accord to comfort and visit him, and seeing him at a distance they did not recognize him. They yelled with a great voice and wept, each tearing his own apparel and strewing earth. And they sat beside him 7 days and 7 nights, and not one of them spoke to him a word, for they saw the awful calamity being, and it was exceedingly great. And after this, Job opened his mouth and cursed his day, saying, May the day in which I was born be destroyed, and the night in which they said, Behold a male. May that night be darkness. May the Lord not search it out from above, nor may brightness come into it, but may darkness and the shadow of death take it. May dimness come upon it, and may that day be disturbed, and that night. May darkness have carried it away. May it not be for the days of the year, nor may it be counted for the days of the months. But may that night be grief, and may gladness not come upon it, nor a cause for joy. But may the one cursing that day curse it, the ones being about to awaken Leviathan. May the stars of that night be enveloped in darkness, and not remain, and not come for illumination. May the arising morning star not be seen, for it did not close up the gates of my mother's womb, for it would have dismissed misery from my eyes. For why in the belly did I not come to an end? But instead I came forth from the womb, and was not straightward destroyed. Why did the knees meet me, and why did I nurse on the breasts? Now going to bed I should be stilled, and having slept rested. With the kings, the counselors of the earth, who pranced with swords, or with the rulers whose gold was abundant, who filled their house with silver. Or as if a miscarriage going forth from out of a mother's womb, or as infants who beheld not light. There the impious cease the rage of anger, and there the exhausted in body arrested. But with one accord the ones being bound do not hear the voice of the tribute gatherer. Small and great are there, even the attendant being in awe of his master. For why has light been given to the ones in bitterness, and life to the souls in grief? The one who longs for death, and do not attain, rooting it up as if for treasuries. They became overjoyed if they should attain it. Death to a man is rest, and the way was not concealed, for God hemmed in against him. For moaning comes to me before my grain, and shall be poured as waters roaring. For the fear which I thought about came to me, and which I had in awe met with me. Neither was I at peace, nor still, nor I rested, but wrath came to me. An undertaking, Eliphaz the Temanite, said, If we take to speak to you, will you tire? But the strength of your words who shall endure? For since you admonished many, and comforted the hands of the weak, and also raised up the ones being weak with words, you invested courage to the ones powerless in needs. But now misery comes upon you, and touches you, and now you are hurried? Is it not that you fear in your folly, and your hope, and the evil of your way? Do you remember then, who being pure was destroyed, or when the true ones was destroyed entirely from the root? As in which manner I beheld the ones plowing the unnatural places, then the ones sowing them shall harvest grapes for themselves. By the order of the Lord they shall perish, and by the breath of his anger they shall be obliterated. The strength of the lion, and the voice of the lioness, and the prancing of dragons shall be extinguished. The small lion is destroyed by not having game, and the clubs of lions forsook one another. To me it was spoken clandestinely in stealth. Shall not my ear receive extraordinary things by him?
In amazement from my nightly vision falling fear upon men, but a shutting awe met with me, and trembling, and my bones quaked greatly, and a spirit came upon my face, and my hair and flesh shuddered. I rose up, and knew not. I saw, and there was no appearance before my eyes, but only a breeze, and I heard a voice, saying, For what shall a mortal be pure before the Lord, or shall a man be blameless for his works? If he does not even trust his servants, and even considers his angels as crooked in what he thinks about, then the ones dwelling in houses of clay, of whom also we are from out of the same mortar, he smites them in the manner of a moth. And from morning until evening they are no longer. By their not being able to help themselves, they themselves perished. You raised up together their vestige in them, and they perished by their not having wisdom. But call, if anyone will hearken to you, or if any you shall see any holy angels, for even anger does not away with a fool, and zeal puts to death one having wandered. I have seen fools laying root, and I cursed their attractiveness immediately. May their sons be at a distance from safety, and there shall be crushed at the doors of lesser men. There shall not be one rescuing. For those things which they harvested, one hungering shall eat, but they shall be carried to one's armed. May their strength be siphoned off. For toil cannot come forth out of the earth, nor shall misery sprout up from the mountains. But a man is born to toil, and the young eagles to fly the high places. Nevertheless I shall beseech of the Lord, and I shall cut upon the Lord, the master of all, the one doing great things, and untraceable, honorable things also, and extraordinary, which there is no number, the one giving rain upon the earth, sending water upon the places under heaven, the one appointing the humble unto the height, and raising up the ones perishing, facing counsels of clever ones, that in no way should their hands perform true, the ones overtaking the wise with the intellect, and the counsel of the crafty ones he amazes. And by day darkness shall meet them, and at midday may they grope equally as at night. May they perish in war, and may the powerless come forth from out of the hand of the mighty one. May there be hope to the poor, but may the mouth of the unjust be obstructed. For blessed is the man whom the Lord reproved, and does not refuse the admonition of the Almighty. For he causes one to ache, and again he restores. He smites, and his hand heals. 6 times he rescues from out of your distresses, and in the 7th time in no way will he touch you for bad. In famine he will rescue you from death, and in war he will untie you from out of the hand of iron. He shall hide you from the whip of the tongue, and in no way shall you be fearful from the coming evils. The unjust and lawless you shall ridicule, and from wild beasts in no way shall you be fearful. For the beasts of the wild shall make peace with you, and there you shall know that your house shall be at peace. He shall visit your beauty, and in no way should it have sinned. You shall know that your seed shall be many, and your progeny will be as the abundant herbage of the field. You shall come unto the grave as grain in season, according to the time of harvesting, or as a heap of the threshing floor, according to the hour of its being collected. Behold, these things thus we tracked out, and these things are what we have heard. But you know in yourself if you acted in anything. An undertaking, Job says, for if anyone's stationing weight would be set in my wrath, and lift my griefs onto a yoke balance scale, they would be in one accord. For indeed of the sand of the coast it will be heavier. Upon this my sayings were trampled. For arrows of the worthy one are in my body, which they rage drinks at my blood. Whenever I begin to speak, they sting me. For what will the wild donkey effectually cry out if he is not seeking grain? No. And shall then the voice of the ox tear loose at the stable while having foods? No. And so shall bread be eaten without salt? No. Is there taste in empty words? No. For my soul is not able to cease. For groaning I see my grain as the scent of a lion. For if only he might give, and my request might come, the Lord might grant my hope. Beginning, let the Lord pierce, but let me not be done away with unto the end. But may the grave be my city, upon the walls of which I leaped upon. But may the grave be my city, upon the walls of which I leaped upon. Upon it I shall not spare, for I lied not about the holy sayings of my God. For what is my strength, that I remain? Or what is my time, that my soul endures? Is my strength the strength of stones, or are my flesh members of brass? Or not upon him to yield, but help was departed from me. Mercy is forbidden me, and the visit of the Lord overlooked me. My brothers looked not at me, and they went by me as if a rushing stream dissipating, or as if a wave. The ones who revered me now fail upon me, as if snow or ice banked up, and as the melting away by the coming of heat, it was not recognized of where it was. So I also was left by all, and I am destroyed, and I became homeless. Behold the ways of the Temanites, O ones seeing clearly the shortcuts of the Sabaeans. And for shame they shall owe the ones in cities, and the things relied upon there. But nevertheless even you mounted against me mercilessly, so that beholding my wound you are fearful. For what did I ask anything of you, or do I want strength from you, so as to deliver me from enemies, or to rescue me from out of the hand of mighty ones? Teach me, and I will be silent. If in anything I have wandered, expound to me. But as it seems, the words of a true man are vile, for I do not ask strength from you, nor will your reproof cause me to cease my words, for neither your utterance of a word will I endure. Besides that, you fall upon an orphan, and you sail against your friend. But now, having looked into your faces, I will not lie. Sit indeed, and may there not be anything unjust, and again come together with the just. There is no unjust thing on my tongue, or does not my throat meditate on understanding. In either way is not the existence of man upon the earth a trial, and his life as the daily hireling, or as an attendant in all of his master, and attaining for shade, or as of a hireling awaiting his wage. So I also waited months in vain, and nights of griefs are given to me. When I should go to bed, I say, when will it be that day? And whenever I rise up again, I say, when will it be evening? I am full of griefs from evening until morning. My body is befouled in rottenness of worms, and I melt away with clouds of earth scraping of pus. My existence is lighter than speech, and has perished in vain hope. Remember then that my breath is life, and no longer shall my eye return back to behold good. The eye of the one seeing me shall not look round about. Your eyes are on me, and I am not. I am as a cloud being cleared away from the heavens. For if a man should go down into Hades, no longer in any way should he ascend, and neither in any way shall he return unto his own house, nor shall his place in any way recognize him any more. But nevertheless then, nor will I spare my mouth. I will speak being in distress of my spirit. I will open the bitterness of my soul being held in. Is it that I am a sea or a dragon, that you delegated a guard over me? I said that my bed shall comfort me, and I shall offer to myself my own word in my bed. You frighten me with dreams and with visions. You strike terror in me. You will dismiss my soul from my spirit, and my bones from death. For I shall not live into the eon, that I should patiently wait, but depart from me, for my livelihood is empty. For what is man that you magnified him, or that you heed the mind in him? Will you make him a visit until the morning? Shall you judge him for rest? For how long do you not allow me, nor let me go, until whenever I should swallow down my spittle in grief? If I sinned, how am I able to act out against you? O one having knowledge of the mind of men, why did you establish me as your accuser? And I am a load unto you. Why did you not appoint of my lawlessness to forgetfulness, for a cleansing of my sin? But now into the earth I shall go forth, and I am no longer for rising early. An undertaking, Baldad the Shuhite, said, Till when shall you speak these things by a talkative spirit of your mouth? Will the Lord transgress judging, or the one making all things disturb the just? If your sons sinned before him, he sent them away in hand because of their lawlessness. But you, rise early to the Lord Almighty, beseeching him. If you are pure and true, he will heed your supplication, and he will restore you the habitation of righteousness. And it will be then that as your first shall be little, yet your last will be an untold amount. For ask the first generation, and trace according to the race of the fathers. For we are of yesterday, and have not known. For our existence upon the earth is a shadow. Shall these not teach you, and announce to you from out of the heart bleed forth sayings? Does papyrus flourish without water? Or shall the flowering rush rise up high without drinking? Yet, being upon the root, and in no way harvested, shall not be dried before the drinking of all pasturage? So therefore will it be for the last of all the ones forgetting the Lord. For the hope of the impious shall perish. For his house will be uninhabited, and his tent will turn out to be as for a spider. If one should overlook his house, in no way shall it stand, and grasping it, in no way shall it remain. For it is wet under the sun, and his tender branch shall come forth out of rottenness. Upon a gathering of stones he goes to bed, and in the midst of gravels he shall live. And if the place shall swallow him, it shall lie to him. Think, have you not seen such a thing? For the undoing of the impious is such, and from out of the earth another shall sprout up. For the Lord in no way will undo the guileless, and every gift of the impious he will not receive. But the mouth of the true ones he will fill with laughter, and their lips with acknowledgement. But their enemies shall put on shame, and the habitation of the impious will not be. Undertaking, Job said, In truth I know that it is so. For how shall there be a just mortal before the Lord? For if he should want to enter into judgment with him, in no way shall God obey him, so that he shall not contradict with one word of his from out of 1,000. For he is wise in thought, and fortified also in great, who being hard before him even made peace. The mountains of old even do not know the one eradicating them in anger, the one shaking the thing under heaven from its foundations, and the columns of it shake, the one speaking to the sun, and it does not rise, and accordingly he seals upon the stars. the one stretching the heaven alone, and walking upon the sea as upon a floor, the one making Pleiades and Hesperus and Arcturus and the chambers of the south, the one doing great and untraceable things, honorable also, and extraordinary things which there is no number. If he should pass over me, in no way shall I behold it, and if he should go by me, neither thus I knew it. If he dismisses, who returns? Who shall say to him, What did you do? God will not turn away the anger, but under him the whales under heaven were bent. But then, should he obey me, or shall he litigate my things? For even if I should be just, shall he listen not to me? His equity I will beseech, and if I should call and he should hearken, I do not trust that he has listened to my voice. He should not obliterate me by dimness, but many of my bruises he has made without cause. For he allows me not to breathe, and he filled me with bitterness. For indeed by strength he prevails. Who then shall oppose his judgment? For if I might be just, my mouth will be impious, and though I might be blameless, I shall turn out perverse. For whether I was impious, I do not know in soul. Besides, life is removed from me. Therefore I said, He destroys the great and mighty one in wrath. For the vile are extraordinary in death, but the just are ridiculed. For they are delivered into the hands of the impious. He covers up the faces of her judges. But if not he, who is it? But my existence is lighter than a runner, and my days run away, and they knew it not. Or also is there a trace of ships in the way? Or a trace of an eagle flying seeking prey? Or if also I said, I shall forget about speaking, and I will stoop down my countenance, and I will moan. I will shake in all my limbs, for I know that you will not let me be innocent. But since I am envious, for why is this I labor in vain? For if I should wash myself off with snow, and should clear away my hands clean, fittingly in my filth you dipped me, and my apparel abhorred me. For you are not a man like me, with whom I can judge by comparison, though we should come with one accord for judgment. If indeed our mediator was present, and the one reproving, and the one hearing between both, let him dismiss the rod from me, and let not the fear of him whirl about. And in no way shall I fear, but I will speak, for I am not thus conscious of guilt. Being weary in my soul, in moaning I will let loose upon myself my sayings. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul, being constrained. And I will say to the Lord, Teach me not to be impious. Why have you so judged me? Or is it good to you that I should transgress, that I should forbid the words of your hands? And did you heed the counsel of the impious? Or as a mortal sees do you look? As a man sees shall you see? Or your existence, is it mankind? Or your years a man's? For you searched out my lawlessness, and you traced my sins. For you know that I did not act impious. But who is the one rescuing from out of your hands? Your hands shaped me and made me. After these things, in turning, you smote me. Remember that you shaped me of clay, and unto the earth again you returned me. Or did you not extract me as milk, and curdled me equal to cheese? But skin and meat you put on me, and with bones and nerves you entwined me, and life and mercy you put upon me. By your overseeing you guarded my spirit. And having these things in yourself, I know that you are able to do all things, and not one thing is impossible with you. For if I should sin, you guard me, but from lawlessness you have not appointed me innocent. For if I should be impious, alas! But if I might be just, I am not able to lift up the head, for I am full of dishonor. I am caught as a lion for slaughter, and again in turning you destroy me awfully, renewing upon me my chastisement, and you dealt with me in great anger. You brought trials against me. Why then in the belly did you lead me out, and I did not die, and that an eye did not see me, and that because I became as if not one being? For why was I not dismissed from the womb unto the tomb? Or is not the time of my existence little? Allow me to rest a little, before my going from where I shall not return, unto a land dark and dim, and unto a land of eternal darkness, where there is no brightness, nor the seeing of the life of mortals. By the waters of Babylon, there we sat down and wept. And when we remembered Zion, on the willows there, we hung up our lyres. For there our captors required of us songs, and our tormentors mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. Let my tongue stick to the roof of my mouth. If I do not remember you, if I do not set Jerusalem above my highest joy. Remember, O Lord, against the Edomites, the day of Jerusalem, how they said, lay it bare, down to its foundations. O daughters of Babylon, doomed to be destroyed, blessed shall he be who repays you with what you have done to us. Blessed shall he be who takes your little ones and dashes them against the rocks. I give you thanks, O Lord, with my whole heart. Before the gods I sing your praise. and I bow down towards your holy temple. I give thanks to your name for your steadfast love and your faithfulness. You have exalted above all things your name and your word. On the day I called, you answered me, and my strength of soul you increased. And all the kings of the earth shall give you thanks, O Lord, for they have heard the words of your mouth, and they shall sing of the ways of the Lord. For great is the glory of the Lord. Though the Lord is high, he regards the lowly, but the haughty he knows from afar. Though I walk in the midst of troubles, you preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand delivers me. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hand.
Better is one poor going in his simplicity than one crooked of his lips and unthinking. Even a soul without higher knowledge is not good. The one hastening with the feet sins, for the folly of a man lays waste his ways, and he blames God in his heart. Riches add many friends, but the poor one is forsaken, even by the friend that exists. A lying witness shall not be unpunished, and the one accusing unjustly shall not escape. Many attend to the persons of a king, but every evil man becomes scorn to men. Every one who detests a poor brother will also be far from friendship, for good insight approaches to the ones perceiving it, and an intelligent man will find it. The many doing evil perfect a work of evil, and the one who aggravates by words shall not be delivered. The one acquiring intelligence loves himself, and the one guarding intelligence shall find good. For a lying witness shall not be unpunished, and whoever shall kindle evil shall perish by it. Luxury is not advantageous to a fool, nor is it seemly if a servant should begin to be in power by insult. A merciful man is lenient, and his boasting comes upon lawbreakers. The intimidation of a king is likened to a lion's gnashing, but as dew upon the grass, so is his making one happy. A foolish son is shame to a father, and vows paid from out of a hire of a mistress are not pure. A house and substance is portioned by fathers to children, but by the Lord a wife is according to a man. Dread holds an effeminate man, and the soul of the idle hungers. The one who keeps the commandment gives heed to his own soul, but the one disdaining his own ways shall perish. The one showing mercy on the poor lends to God, and according to his gift he shall make recompense to him. Correct your soul, for thus he will be confident, but do not lift up the soul to insult. An evil-minded man shall be penalized much, and if there should be an injury, he shall add even his life. Hear, O son, the instruction of your father, that you should become wise unto your last days. Many devices are in the heart of a man, but the counsel of the Lord abides into the eon. For charity is a fruit to a man, but better a poor just man than a rich liar. Fear of the Lord is life to a man, but the one without fear shall lodge in the places where knowledge is not overseen. The man hiding his unjust hands in his enfolded arm, not even will he be in any way bring them to his mouth. A fool being whipped by his mischievousness will be more clever, but if you should reprove an intelligent man, he shall comprehend for good sense. The one dishonoring his father and thrusting away his mother, he will be disgraced and reviled. A son ceasing to guard the instruction of a father shall meditate upon evil sayings. For the one guaranteeing a loan of a foolish child insults the ordinance, and the mouth of the impious shall swallow down judgments, and the whips are prepared for the unrestrained, and punishments in like manner for fools. Luke 9:23-25. And he said to them all, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me. For whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantaged if he gave the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? Henry Light experienced a difficult childhood when he was still a young boy. His father deserted the family. Not long afterwards, his mother died, leaving him to grow up in a boarding school. At the age of 23, Light trusted Christ as his Savior and soon entered the ministry. Throughout his life, he struggled with poor health and particularly respiratory problems. Throughout his life, he struggled with poor health, and that sometimes made it difficult for him to preach. Light died at just 54 years of age, but during his ministry, he wrote a number of hymns that are still sung today. One of them was Jesus, I my cross have taken. Jesus, I my cross have taken, all to leave and follow thee. Destitute, despised, forsaken, now for hence my all shall be. Perish every fond ambition, all I've sought or hoped or known. Yet how rich is my condition, God and heaven are still mine own. Let the world despise and leave me, they have left my Savior too. Human hearts and looks deceive me, thou art not like them, untrue. And while thou shalt smile upon me, God of wisdom, love and might, foes may hate and friends disown me. Show thy face and all is bright. We should not expect the path of following Jesus to be easy when the path Jesus walked was excruciating. The cost of discipleship and cross-bearing is high, and even during Jesus' ministry there were people unwilling to pay the cost. From that time many of his disciples went back. They walked no more with him, and then said Jesus unto the 12, Will ye also go away? We must never shrink back because of opposition, hard work, or persecution, but instead follow Jesus faithfully. For the cost of following Jesus is high, but the rewards are worth far more than anything we sacrifice.